jamesbechi.com. PowerPoint on the internet.
We are talking about the 2024 World Population Day, which is titled Embracing the Power of Inclusive Data Towards a Resilient and Equitable Future for All. A press brief by Barrister Patricia Kupchi-Iyanya, the Honourable Federal Commissioner, National Population Commission. Protocols observed. The theme of the 2024 World Population Day, Embracing the Power of Inclusive Data Towards a Resilient and Equitable Future for All, is a reflection of the outcome of both global and regional reviews and evaluations of progress and achievements attained in the last 3 decades of the implementation of the International Conference on Population and Development, ICPD, Program of Action, POA, a decade of the Addis Ababa Declaration on Population and Development, and almost 2 decades of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, among others. The outcome reports at national, regional, and global levels, particularly in Africa, showed that is either lack or inadequate of data or information, and sufficient evidence to explain situations, to track implementation, measure of achievements, extent of progress, and identify benefits and improvement on people's well-being or transformation. This is to say that data is lacking. You have population and development. And the United Nations are the ones that have instituted this day of 11th July for discussions on population and development. And if you want to track development in any given society, you need data. What they're telling us here is that there is no data, or the data that we have is inadequate to track development of people as far as Nigeria is concerned. To demonstrate how worrisome the outcome was, the 2024 State of the World Population Report, SWOP, launched in Nigeria on April 24th this year, dedicated its Chapter 3, titled Counting Every Stitch, to highlight the importance of inclusiveness in data collection. One of the features under that chapter, pages 76 to 81, was on the necessity for African censuses to strive to count everyone. Like I said, the Dart of Data has stated the title for this, which means that all African censuses must strive to count everyone. And we all know that a comprehensive data of a country can only be obtained through the conduct of a census. The theme hints on the golden rule of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, agenda, with the promise to leave no one behind. Realizing this promise, this requires the existence of data that are timely, quality, reliable, comprehensive, well disaggregated, and geo-referenced, to enable a better understanding of who the people that make up the numbers are, where are they located, or where do they reside, under what circumstances or situations that they do exist or operate, what are their ages and needs, and how can data generating institutions or researchers capture them in their diversity during data collection process. All that is said here you will understand that it's only a complete and good census that can provide this kind of data. And for this, in the 2023, the rescheduled 2023 census, all that is said here were taken care of in the preparatory stages. For instance, what is lacking here is just the timely conduct of census. You agree with me that we are supposed to have conducted since the last one was conducted in 2006. So we ought to have another one, but we've never had since 2006. So data collection in Nigeria is not timely. But like I said, with the preparation of the aborted 2023 census, what Commission had planned was to have a quality data, very quality. Also, it was to have a very reliable and comprehensive, as well as well disaggregated and georeferenced. All our EAs were georeferenced. At least every EA we know where another EA exists. And you know, when you want to count or enumerate people, they are enumerated in EAs and in households. And for a good data to be adhered to, you must be able to tell where that data is coming from. So the Commission has taken charge of that, has prepared for the census to be of quality, reliable, comprehensive, and well disaggregated as well as georeferenced. Next to that is how this data can or are readily available to all decision makers, civil society organizations, to businesses and citizens in order to shape policies, direct actions, advise on development options, and permits governments to be held to account in a way that truly reflects the needs of everyone. In this regards too, the Commission had planned that as soon as census was to be or is to be conducted, the results of the census will be released on time. And how do we intend doing that? Is by use of, in this census, we're going to use what we call CAPI, computer assisted personal interview. It's a handheld device that we use or we're going to use to collect data. And by that computer, you know that once everything is put in place, it's easier to aggregate the result and release it. And so the Commission is so much determined that the results of the coming census will be released on time and will be made available to both citizens and government and whoever that want to use the results of the census. Therefore, for more understanding, inclusive data refers to ensuring that the data we collected or we are going to collect or would collect should give account of all people, a person or part or a group of people, regardless of their location, ethnicity, sex, and age. It's about closing the data gaps that unintentional aid inequality allows the risk of group think, blind spots, biases that impair decision making and performance, among others. Seven, it flags two key critical matters and dimensions. One, spotlights / underscore / draws attention to the importance of generating an inclusive data. Two, spot checks. If data generating institutions are producing data that are in compliance with the principles of inclusive data, and by extension, three, if these institutions have the capacity to generate that class of data or focus. To provide elaborate meaning and contextually situate the message behind the theme, there is need to have a broad understanding of data connects with resilient and equitable future for all. One, resilient. How people are able to quickly recover from shocks, stretches, being bent or pressed, encounter trauma, etc. Two, equity. Recognizes each person has different circumstances and needs, meaning different groups of people need different resources and opportunities allocated to them in order to thrive, genuinely values the unique contributions of each individual. It also highlights the principles of sustainable development, development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. In essence, the 2024 World Population Day, WPD, offers opportunities to look beyond patches of improvement in data collection and analysis, but to ask ourselves as data producers whether during data collection in censuses and surveys, the right questions and are asked, is our data collection safe for our people who is still going uncounted and accounted for? All we're saying here is that for data to be useful, everybody must be counted, irrespective of whether he's rich or poor, or he has problem of eyesight or he's lame, or he has problem of hearing or whatever, and should be disaggregated in such a manner that everybody is equally represented. For instance, at the end of census, we know those that have hearing disability, those that have walking disability, and so on and so forth. By the end of the day, we know have the number of those people. And if government want to plan for people that have hearing disability, they can plan for them. If government want to plan for people that have walking that are walkingly impaired, government can plan for them based on the message behind the scene. Nigeria falls
PowerPoint
short
on
of
the
expectations
internet.
from previous present data collection.